Welcome, it's Denome. In this video I want to highlight one project that I've been talking about in the past, but I want to talk about it again because there's been some improvements and the value of the token just doubled. So it's an interesting topic, so I just thought I'd make an update video about this project. So the project we are talking about is called Unicrypt, and last time I talked about it was about 6 months ago when I made this video about the sideways market and why I want to invest into Unicrypt. The main reason basically being that it's a cash flow positive project and the price seemed good enough for me. So this was about $210 when I invested into it, and the price today is about $407. So that's about double the amount where I invested it. So 100% gain. I'm very happy about it. So if you want to invest it right now into this is probably not the right time to invest in it. But I just want to update what's been going on, because after they updated their UNCX staking reward system, that's when the price actually has doubled. So I would not buy into this pump. I already sold 1/3 of my UNCX because of this pump. So if the price goes down, I will be rebuying it. But right now, personally, I don't think this is the right time to buy. But I just want to highlight the project and why I like this project a lot. So anyway, I made a video about this before, more than a year ago actually. And back then the price was also about $200. And last time I made a video about it, it was here. So practically over one day after I made the video, the price actually doubled here. So that's why I already sold 1/3 of my UNCX, because if there's a spike, I will not be selling on the spike. It's up to you guys if you want to FOMO in. But I know that a lot of people actually lost money because they FOMO'd into this spike here. So personally, I would avoid buying right now and wait until the effect of the video has gone down, and then perhaps consider buying if there's a spike after this video. Hopefully not, because I don't want to, at least don't complain to me if you buy and the market crashes, because the people want to sell their UNCX afterwards. So anyway, that's it for the disclosures. Well, one more thing, of course. This is not a sponsored video. I talked with the founder of Unicrypt, but we did not talk about any sponsorships. I don't want to do sponsorships, so I'm not getting any money or benefit from this, other than perhaps more interest in the UNCX token, which I'm currently holding. So anyway, before I go into the updates, just brief update for those who don't know what UNCX is that they are a crypto service that offers services for other crypto companies. So the biggest project or the utility they have is the token lock or liquidity lock. So projects, they can lock liquidity on Uniswap or PancakeSwap or some other decentralized exchange. And when they do, UNCX or Unicrypt starts making money, starts making cash flow. And as you can see here, they have, or projects have locked $189 million worth of money in these liquidity locks. And why do companies do that? Mostly to signal their own communities and their own investors that we are serious. We want to lock the liquidity, so we will not be rug pulling you. And that's the biggest reason why companies want to lock liquidity with Unicrypt. They also do these pre-sales, and if you take a look at the past pre-sales, you can see some of these have done incredibly well. Personally, I've not invested in any of the pre-sales because there's, as you can see, there's just a lot of scams here, because this is like a decentralized system. These are not vetted in any way. So if you invest in any of these, there's a good chance they are a scam, but some of them are good. So you have to do a lot of your own due diligence. You can join the Launchpad chat here if you want to talk about these pre-sales, but that's one way they are making money as well. And these pre-sale projects, what they can do is they can do the pre-sale and immediately they can also lock liquidity with Unicrypt. So they are like a, how do I say, like a double whammy. So they are offering a lot of services for these different projects to launch as well. For me, what I think is the most interesting one is the UNCX token. So they have two tokens. They have UNCL and UNCX. if I have to pick one, I say UNCX is the superior one. UNCL is mostly about the liquidity locks, but UNCX is mostly about the whole platform. That's why I'm more interested in UNCX. And UNCX is a fixed cap supply. So there's only 50,000 tokens in existence, and all of the tokens have already been released. And they already burned 2,500 tokens out of the existence. So the remaining supply is 47,500 coins, and there's not going to be any more. So there's no inflation with UNCX. And when you stake UNCX, or when I staked it during this time here, during this bear market, the APR was about 28% for the staking. So it was quite good, and they actually paid out the staking rewards in USDC instead of their native token. But what they did here, and this is the update, on 3rd of January, what they did is they released this blog post, UNCX in 2023 staking updates. So they updated their staking system, and when they did, that's when the price started to go upwards. So what changed? So instead of giving the rewards in USDC, the rewards will now be given in UNCX. And this is not coming from Treasury. This is not coming from created tokens. This is actually coming from revenue. So the $150,000 that they were giving out per month, they will be now using to buy back UNCX and then distributing UNCX to the stakers. So that way they hope that the price of UNCX will go up more. That's the idea behind the change here. And after that, and of course, right now there was some bullish momentum here. So because of these two things, the price already doubled. And that's also why I don't want you to invest into this right now, but perhaps consider buying into it later. Is that a lot of the bullish news already happened here. So some other things that I want to talk about, which I haven't talked about in the past, is just about the company itself. So the company, if we take a look at it, is called STT Tech, and this is a company that's based in Tallinn in Estonia. And according to this page here on LinkedIn, they have 2 to 10 employees. But when I was talking with the founder, they actually have more than 20 people, and they are currently hiring more developers. So here is a posting by their co-founder that I talk with on Telegram quite often, actually, almost once per month, because he's always updating what they are doing. So they have 2 additional positions to continue to expand our tech department. So if you want to get employed here and you know about development, you can join the team as well. And then I was looking for the company information from Estonia. So this is the company information here, the registration code, the year established, the date of their first entry, and here's the founder information, and here's their revenue information as well. So in 2021, you can see the estimated turnover was 168,000 euros. The same basically in the second in the first quarter of 2022, but then they started to make more revenue on the second quarter of 2022 and on the third quarter of 2022 as well. So on their company, they've made more than $1 million here. So that's probably money that they've taken out of this project. I don't know exactly how they are doing their bookkeeping. I don't know exactly how all this money is managed. If they are using the company to manage the funds on the blockchain, and they calculate them in the book. I mean, is this just fiat money, or is the money that's stored in crypto involved in this? I don't think so, because if we take a look at some of their assets that they hold, this is one of their wallets. The ends with BB0. You can see that they have USDC for more than $4 million. And when I was talking with Shav, the co-founder, he said that this is their treasury, and they use this this account to accumulate money, and they also use it to buy back the UNCX. So this account has 307 UNCX currently, and they are buying it a few times a day or multiple times per day. And when they accumulate the UNCX, then they will distribute it through the staking system. And here's also this $4 million that was here. This is on the Binance Smart Chain, but they have, of course, accounts in Ethereum Smart Chain as well. So this is the Etherscan. So here they have about $500,000 worth of assets, UNCX, USDC about 200,000. So when they give about 150,000 per month, they currently have a supply for more than 2 years worth of staking rewards. So that's quite good for people who are suspicious if they have money to actually buy back assets from the chain. But this is not a decentralized project, so it's a company that's actually run by people who own the company. So there's no DAO. So a lot of these funds are not actually disclosed. So when I was talking with Shav, he said they have other wallets here as well, which they have not disclosed. But he said that they have quite a bit of war chest and still money to go around. And in the future, they will be focusing on B2C and B2B utility services as well, which will generate income. And that's basically the whole thing why I like Unicrypt, is just that they're focused on cash flow. And even in a bear market, they can still make cash flow. So it's not like a project where it's all about the hype, all about the future projections. It's about the constant cash flow. So if you want to stake UNCX, you simply come here, click farms, click UNCX staking, and they have 3 different tiers depending how much UNCX you have. If you have less than 20 UNCX, you can select this pool here, and you can see the APR here is only 0.2%. And the reason is that these are just placeholder numbers now, because they changed the staking from the USDC over to the UNCX reward system. And this will launch and go live on January 16. So after January 16, these rewards will be updated. This APR will be updated. It should be, I don't know, like 15% to 30%. That's where it has been in the past. I don't know how it will be in the future, because it's heavily affected if the price of UNCX goes higher or lower during the staking time. So it might not be as good, or it may be better, depending on the APR. So after 15th of January, we should have an idea what the APR here will be for the staking rewards. So these numbers here are not the real APR. There's no staking rewards going out for this time period right now. So we have to come back here to see what the reward will be. And one more thing that you have to understand is before, when you were staking UNCX, it was a set and forget system. But in the future, what they will do is that you have to resubscribe to these pools every month. So you have 10 days every month from the 20th of each month until the end of the month to resubscribe to a pool, so you will not lose any days of yield between the months. But you have to do this every month, so it's not a set and forget strategy anymore. They want to encourage people to actually follow up on the project and to stay up to date what's going on with the system. So anyway, this project is not gonna go to the moon, in my opinion. A lot of the value that Unicrypt currently has to do with the liquidity locks, and we don't know how long the liquidity systems will be a thing in crypto, or how valuable crypto will be, and how valuable these pre-sales will be in the future. So a lot of the value for Unicrypt is basically just coming from the yield that they generate now and from the future use cases that they can think of. I don't know what those will be yet, but I think it's a very interesting project in the idea that it generates income and it generates cash flow. And this is basically why I wanted to highlight this project here as well, because a lot of the projects out there are always just talking about hypothetical yield that will come from somewhere at some point, but there's not really any yield yet, there's not really any product yet. This is just a system that works already, and I hope there will be more companies like this. If you know companies like this that do generate income, that do generate yield in a sustainable manner, that is actually like a decent yield, please let me know about it, because these are the kind of projects that I want to invest. And that's one of the reasons why I also wanted to make this video, is that maybe some of you guys know projects similar like this one that do something completely different but also offer some really interesting yield. If you can tell me projects like this, let me know, and I will probably highlight them in this channel as well, because I think these are much more interesting projects than just projects that promise hype but then fail to deliver. Anyway, that's it for this highlight video. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, that's it. See you on the next video.